Hey, how you doing? This is tutorial number 2 for our core. This time we're going to actually replicate or try and replicate some of the actions of our crow and crane. So as we move through this particular series, we're going to be really working into that lower section there. And I guess as we go into our crow pose, and I'll just turn side on here, and we've got the knees over the top of the elbows here, you can see already where I've activated in underneath the core here. So really key to getting up in there is squeezing into the abs and creating that strength so that we can stay lifted. So we're going to do a little bit of work in that space today so that we can replicate that particular action. So the first place we're going to start is on our knees in our hero's pose, and we're going to place our hands, palms down on the earth, and they're going to be right in line with our knees here. And I will turn side on so that you can see this from both directions. From here, we're going to press the hands into the earth. We're going to lift the knees, and you can see my toes are still on the ground. And we're going to press the earth away, engaging the core, and hold here for 10 counts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Take a little bit of a reprieve here. So you can place the hands behind the feet, pointing the fingers pointing towards the toes. Press the earth away, lift the chest, and just drop the head back. It's just going to give you a little bit of heart opening in this space. Take another round of breath here. Tuck the chin and bring the hands back to the side of the knees. So when you're actually lifting up into this contraction, I want you to squeeze the adductors together and squeeze the knees together. Lift the knees. And in this next set, we're actually going to challenge ourselves by tucking or drawing the forehead down towards the knees in that lift. So I'm going to turn side on so that you can see my feet in this one. So hero's pose, hands by the side of the knees, press the hands, palms into the earth, and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Hands to the back of the toes, press the earth away, lift the heart space. Just give yourself a little stretch here. Tuck the chin and come back. I do sometimes integrate this into my flow in the opening sequences because it's a lovely core strengthening exercise, and then particularly when you're working on a heart opening flow, really lovely as we're working into crow. And we find that not only strength in the upper body, even in this heart opening, and this contraction of the core, but then that lovely release as we take that restorative version of our camel pose. So hands, palms into the earth just by the knees. We're going to press up onto the toes, hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze the knees, press the earth, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, fingertips to toes, press the earth, lift the heart space, drop the head back. Take another round of breath here. Sunset in this little beach shack is so beautiful. Draw the chin to the chest. Right now I'm looking out over the ocean. I can see people walking on the reef and the sun's setting over to my left. It really is a lovely space to practice. Just another couple of weeks here though, and then it's adventure time. Hands, palms pressed into the earth. Last set. Here we go. Lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. So my anklets out of the way. Fingertips to toes. Press the palms into the earth. Lift the heart space. Drop the head. Gazing back towards whatever is behind you. Take a breath. Draw the chin to the chest and come back to center. So that was 4 sets. So again, with this abdominal exercises, you can do as many as you like. I recommend committing to 4, taking that little break, coming back to it, and setting yourself the challenge. You can even do 6 counts to start with, and then the second set can be 8 counts, the third set can be 10, the fourth set can be 12. You can do a 5th set and take it to 14 or 16. So there's lots of different ways that you can work out to entertain yourself going through this process. It doesn't always have to just be dull counts of 8 or 10, so you can make it a little bit fun. Put some music on, have a sing along, get your Madonna out, or whatever floats your boat really. So our next round of exercise is going to replicate our crow or our crane, or any of those kind of tuck lift postures that we might find ourselves in. I'm just going to scoot down so my butt's right on the edge of my mat here, so I've got a little bit of padding underneath because I'm working sideways. Lifting my feet all the way up, I'm going to take my block, I'm going to place it underneath the back of my knees here. So this is quite I was going to say it's a fat block, it's a chunky block. So my whole back body is resting on the earth here, and I've got that block tucked in under the back of my knees, and I'm holding onto it with my calves, so I'm squeezing in there. So you can feel already as you start to squeeze that in that you're going to activate the core muscles here. From here I'm going to lift the hands, so you can see the difference. I've lifted my hands and my shoulders here versus my shoulders on the ground. So we're going to keep that lift with the hands reaching, with the active fingertips reaching all the way up to the sky, shoulders from the earth. From here we're going to inhale, toe tap the floor, and as you exhale, draw back and lift the hips. Toe tap, draw back, lift the hips. Toe tap, exhale as you lift the hips. Toe tap, lift, toe tap, lift, toe tap, lift, toe tap, lift. 4. Make sure you're reaching for the sky. 2 more. Last one. And rest. So you guys can drop the block. I'm just going to show you something from here, because what we want to avoid in this exercise is this kind of momentum rocking where we're really lifting everything off the earth. So as we lift away with the hands, we've tapped the toes there. What we want to find is the squeeze and lift. So it's quite a subtle movement. It's not a big swinging motion that's using momentum to carry you there. So you can see the difference between using the knees to lift you there and actually engaging the lower abdominals to lift the tailbone off the earth. So you can come down, take the block out, chase the mozzies away, and take a little bit of constructive rest here, because it's always, ab work can be quite a bit of a challenge. And then we're just going to work another set. So if you don't have a block to put at the back of your knees, you can use a towel, you can use a book. There's a whole raft of things that you can use. You can use your Shavasana rug if you have one of those, or even a cushion, or like a small cushion. I've got some just up on the chair. Those perfect. Anything that's going to fit in behind the knees and ask you to activate the legs to keep it in there. So we're going to do another set. So I'm going to pop that block back in behind the knees. And if you wanted to add just an extra little challenge there, and you've got 2 blocks, you can take that second block and put it between the knees. So then I've got an extra challenge of holding this guy in place and holding that guy in place and not being distracted by any mozzies that come out to get me. So I'm reaching the hands up to the sky, lifting the shoulders off the earth, toe tap, draw it back, toe tap, draw it back, toe tap, draw it back. So we're using that. Exhale on the lift, inhale on the toe tap, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 8, 7, lift the shoulders, reach the hands. 6, nearly there. 5, 4, 3, oh lordy, 2, no momentum, and last one. Take those blocks out and pop them to the side. From here, take a momentary reprieve. You thought I was going to make you do something. I was nearly about to make you do something. Okay, extend the legs all the way out in front of you. We have coming up what we call hollow, or I like to refer to it as canoe, because they had canoes before they had boat. So Navasana is boat, and this is Urdhva Navasana, so half boat. So we're just going to have a little bit of a lift here. So my lower back is pressing into the floor. I've activated the core here. I'm reaching my hands towards my toes. My toes are lifted and pointed towards the back of the room. I'm trying to chase that mozzie away. And I'm going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Take the arms over the head. Sigh. Signal to the body that you're having a little bit of a rest here, and get ready to go again. And we're going to do another 3 sets of these. So hands by the side of the body, active in the legs, lift the toes, and we're going to count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm gazing towards the toes. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, arms over the head. Give yourselves a little bit of a stretch here, and you might like to reach with the toes and the hands, and the toes and the hands, and a little bit of a reprieve. Adjust the tights if you need to. Hands by the side body and lift. Go away, little mozzie. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That's the downside of the beach shack. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. He's got me on the shoulder. Cheeky so-and-so. Mozzies. Only thing worse than a mozzie is a sandfly, or a midgie, as we like to say. Enough about my distractions. On to our 4th set. Hands by the side, engaging the core, pulling up the pants, pressing the lower back, lifting the feet. Here we go. Tuck the chin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the feet all the way up to the sky. Lower the back, lower the head. Hands planted by the side. Or if you're feeling super groovy, you can take the arms out to the side here for a little bit extra. And we're going to lower those feet to 70. So we've started to really engage the core here. And I can feel this already. We're going to drop it down to 45. Feeling it, feeling it. 4, 3, 2, 1. 30. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 centimeters off the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ha! And we're done. So hands by the side body. Bring the feet back towards the glutes. Press the earth away and just feel a little bit of a stretch through the front of the legs there. You can take your block, pop it underneath your sacrum or your pelvic girdle, and just give yourself a little bit of an extension through the front body here. And that itchy bite is going to be so annoying, and I'm going to try and forget about it. I think it got me on the tummy as well. Arms go over the head for that little bit of extra stretch. And you can just stay here for a few minutes, and the only thing that you have to do here is breathe and surrender. Even that word surrender just allows you to have that momentary reprieve. Oh, it feels so good. Just that little bit of stretch through the front body. A little bit into the hip flexors, giving the psoas a bit of reprieve here. And you can stay here for as little or as long as you like. Just enjoying this very restorative pose. And it does feel quite lovely after abs. You can take Sphinx pose, where we roll over onto the belly. We did that in a previous tutorial, elbows into the floor and draw the ribs away from the hips. But sometimes it's nice just to mix it up. And from here you can even draw that right leg and bring that knee into the chest Giving yourself a little bit of a stretch on the left-hand side, and then swap it over, a little bit of a stretch on the right-hand side. May as well while we're here, right? Exhale, both feet to the butt, press the feet into the earth, lift up and away. Shoo the mozzies away, coming all the way up to seated. And there we have it, ab workout number 2. So again, you can put those exercises in any format or any order that you would like to. You can do one and not the other. You can do more, you can do less. Again, you can jumble those numbers up so that you're counting and challenging yourself in different ways. Doesn't always have to be the same thing every day. Get creative with it. Anyway, that is ab workout number 2. Namaste. Have a lovely day.